All right, again, before we continue with the class or we start the class, let me mention that we have a student of the month. We're going to start having the student of the month every month. So this month was Jasmine, the student of the month. So congratulations, Jasmine.
Thank you, teacher.
And you're on Facebook, at least your name is on Facebook. To be the student of the month, you have to be, you have a good attendance, you be punctual, and your grade, your average grade, oops, sorry. I would say your grade. Okay, so it has to be 9 or 90, but you have to be here at least 100% in class. You have to be on time, and your grade is also very important. Okay, it's kind of a competition. It's good taking into account many things. Every month there's going to be one student of each group. So I recommend you to do this, to be here on time. Participation, homework, everything is important. So this one was Jasmine. Good, Jasmine, congratulations again, and try to do the best, everybody.
Thank you, teacher.
Right now it's 4:36 and it's only 3 people. Yesterday was a short class, was also 4 people. So that's, I don't know. That's what I told you in the text. If you don't let me know what happened, what's going on, well, that's something different. All right, let's do a little review of Unit 5. So we're going to finish today. We have to finish today this unit. Okay, we have the law and order. We've been talking about crime, regulations, but we have been learning. We talk about something that is illegal when you're driving, something that you shouldn't do, but you do it sometimes because you're in a hurry or something, you're late, but well, we have regulations about traffic, about cars. We learn some vocabulary about crime and punishment. We talk about this, majority, the age of majority for kids. All this is gonna be in your exam, remember? Advantages, disadvantages, etc. The passage of morals. We practice these exercises on the speaking section. We talk about the project. So the project is gonna be released for next week. So I hope you are getting ready. You have the topic. I guess you have the topic because I told you, I gave you the instructions last week. No, this week, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3. I see you have been working, some of you, with slides, PowerPoint slides. You have the topic, so I see you're working. Lesson B was about crime and punishment too. You have to remember all these verbs, kind of. Try to remember or to memorize a couple every day. Okay, we have more grammar here. Get passive versus be passive. We talk about cameras, security cameras. We learn new words like deterrence, intrusive, etc. First of all, as the lesson C, we talk about what advantages or disadvantages of security cameras on buses. And we did this exercise. Well, I don't know, I sent you the text on WhatsApp. Did you do it or not? Did you do this homework or not?
Yes, teacher, I'm sending now.
Okay. From the people who is here, only Daniela, let's see, Felix, did you do the homework? This one.
No, teacher, I didn't. I didn't have time.
You didn't have time. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
All right. No worries. Jasmine, did you do the homework?
Yes, teacher, I tried to do it, but I cannot to finish. I was listening the audios.
Okay, good. So do you finish this homework?
Yes, I did. I couldn't finish all, but I did some things.
Okay, who did? Did you do this homework?
No, teacher, I couldn't do it. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I
Daniela?
didn't finish.
Daniela, are you there?
Yes, teacher, sorry.
Oh, you said you finished, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Good. And Gabby?
Hi, teacher, I don't finish.
You didn't finish? Or you haven't
No, I didn't finish.
You didn't finish. All right. So in this exercise, of course, we were going to work on some expressions like this one. That's a good point, but absolutely agree with that. Maybe, but on the other hand, you know, like to give your opinion, to contrast a negative opinion with a positive one. Okay. So that was the point of this exercise. Okay, let me ask you something else, guys. We talk about, for those who are just here, about the student of the month. The students of the month this time for August was Jasmine. So Jasmine is here. There is a student of the month for every group. So you need to have a good attendance. Be punctual. Punctual. Class start at 4:30. Okay, the most I can wait for you is 4:10. If you are late, you have a tardy. Okay, if you had more than 3 tardies, you have 1 on attendance. So it affects your grade. Remember, it affects your grade, your final grade, and you lose a chance to become the student of the month. The grade must be 90% or above. Okay. Right. We all have rights and obligations, responsibilities. What is a right? Give me your opinion about our right. We have rights. We have
Something
obligations.
that you are able to receive.
Can you give me some more explanation? With
For example, you the kid have rights, right to receive education, respect, or everybody has mm, civil rights.
Yes.
For example, right to medical attention, something like that.
Something like, yes, kind of similar. Anybody an opinion about our right? That all we all have our rights. As a human beings, we all have rights. Try to tell me the concept of right for you. Talking about this. Give me your opinions, please. I need you to hear from you.
Right, teacher.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. For example, when all is okay, or when some people, when a person is talking, me, I came to say, okay, you are right.
Okay, yeah, that's true, but we are not talking about these rights. When I say right, it is the same word, but for example, we are Mexican. We have a constitution, right? We have as people, well, the constitution gives us some rights and some obligations, responsibilities as Mexican citizens. That's something. But as people, as human beings, we have also rights to be free, to have some freedom of speech, some way. What other things we have? Following the same pattern, this kind of rights. Right has many meanings, like right, left, right. When you say something like Jasmine said, give me your opinion. I want to hear your opinions about what's right, what right is. Daniela, please.
Sorry,
Brainstorm.
teacher. I only know the right when it's true something, but I don't know other meaning.
Yes, but remember, as a human, as a person, as a Mexican, you have rights. Do you know your rights?
Oh, yeah, okay. My obligations?
Rights.
Go to the school.
We have rights and obligations.
Yes, my obligation. How? With in my family, in the society.
Yes, in general, society or in school. Just give me your concept, your definition for you.
It's something like morally correct.
Yes, similar. What I want you to do is to speak, Gabby. What
Or
about you? Give me
teacher,
your opinion about rights.
for example, teacher, I understood, teacher. For example, you have the right to get a lawyer,
A lawyer, attorney,
a
yes.
lawyer.
When you're
Yes.
arrested, right?
Uh-huh.
You have the
Yes.
right to make a phone call. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's get some ideas from here. Okay, Sue says something very similar to this. It's a moral or legal entitlement to have or obtain something or to act in a certain way. He had every right to be angry. We are talking right now about something legal, right? About the Constitution, about our rights as Mexicans, and also as a person, something moral. Morally good, justified, or acceptable. I hope we're doing the right thing. As you see, it has different definitions. Definitions, they are here. Okay, Jasmine, can you help me to read the first one, please? Here.
Yes,
Jasmine?
teacher. Yes, I'm sorry. Fundamental rights are essential human rights that are offered to every citizen irrespective of caste, race, creed, place of birth, religion, or gender.
Okay, religion,
Religion.
yes.
Yes.
Felix, next part, please. Felix,
Okay, teacher. These are equal to freedoms, and these rights are essential for personal good and the society at large.
okay, society, here,
Society.
society, society, three sounds, so,
Society.
yes. Or you can say society, if it's British. British. Okay, Sue, can you read this part, please? Natural rights examples.
Natural right examples. Right to preserve life, right to liberty, right to own property, right to make a living, right to have a family, right to practice religion.
All right, good. Good, you have some idea about this, right? What we are talking about. Gabi, can you read the definition of what are rights?
What are rights? A right is a claim that you are entitled to something. In rounds, especially LD, make sure your opponents explicitly define what rights are being discussed.
Discussed. Excellent. You have here this picture. Human rights. Yes. Daniela, can you hear? Sorry, can you read the human rights?
Okay. Human rights. Assembly, association, movement, relation, speech, information, press, thought, and education.
Education, yes. Someone said mention education. So those are human rights. Also, we have a human right from the Mexican Constitution that is in the article. What's the article, guys? Do you have some knowledge about the Constitution? What article is that? Number 1, 2, 3, 5.
Number 1, teacher.
Number 1.
Number 3 for education, teacher.
Number 3, yes, for education.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Just kind of a test for you, so you have an idea. Okay, we're going to talk about, remember we are in lesson D and we are going to talk about this topic, but this is about reading comprehension and writing. So let's explore these skills. I hope you understand the terms or you learn some of this for vocabulary. You are being watched. Yes? When I show you the security cameras, like with this, you are being watched. We talk about privacy. Remember? Invasion of privacy. We talk about privacy concerns. People worry about revealing their personal lives to the world. Well, sometimes that's not true because some people use Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and they make their life public. Tutors and students may want to keep things from each other. Yes, it's not very convenient. You know, like a teacher have social media or be conference with students in some places, depends. Restricted profiles can help identify theft risk. Don't show DOB and home address. Does anybody know DOB mean? Anybody? DOB. Does anybody know this? DOB.
No, teacher, have no
No,
idea.
teacher.
No, teacher.
No.
Date of birth. Date of birth. That's your birthday, right? In English, they use DOB. What is your DOB? Date of birth. The month and the year. Well, the day, the month, and the year. Facebook staff can check profiles, remember, for policy violations. Things are cached on the web, so even if you put something up, then remove it, it may still be held elsewhere for years. So this is very important. Pay attention to this. Only even if you remove it, it can be there. Because everything we use electronic is very dangerous for the information you share. Here you can see the online privacy. We are going to talk about online things. Protection data or data, search, autonomous security, password, everything. Okay, let me see. Who did? Who did? Can you help me? Can you help me to read the statistics here, please?
Online family safety, teacher?
Yes.
Okay. Almost, how do you say that? Almost one,
1/3 or a third? That's not a third.
okay. Almost a third of parents do not monitor their child's connected device usage. 79% have talked to their kids about online safety. 33% admit they don't know the risk well enough to explain the dangers.
Okay, guys, what do you think about the first one? Do you monitor your kids or maybe your brothers, your little brothers or sisters when they are using their devices, like the tablets or laptops or computers?
No, teacher, I don't.
You don't? What about the others? Who did? Well, who did you have kids? Jasmine, you have kids. So you don't have kids, right? Oh, yes. Okay, so what's your, what would be your response here? Is this true or not? Do you check your kids? Do you monitor your kids use of the devices?
Okay, teacher, in my case, I try to do it because it's very important to know what kind of devices are the kids watching. So all the time I'm talking to them about the dangers and the security of, of it. So I try to explain, I try to talk with them about the risk, to give an personal information and all of that. So it's very important. So I try to do it.
Yeah.
Every day I try to do it with them to explain the problems that would be in the future or something. So I try to do it, teacher.
All right, good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Let me ask you something, guys. Do you think it's dangerous to share some personal information on social media, and why? Let's see, Daniela, give me your opinion about sharing personal information on social media.
Well, in my opinion, it's really dangerous because there are a lot of people that who do you know them, so you don't send your personal information in Facebook or something like that because many people can see that.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Any other ones to share an opinion about this? Social media. That's what we do every day, right? We have an era where everything is electronic, it's online. So you share personal information like your date of birth, um, pictures of your family, where you live. Uh, so it's risky, because there are
I
a lot
think
of
it's
like.
risky.
So what's your opinion?
I think it's quite risky to share information on social media.
Right.
Your family, the place where you live, even your direction, or if you are going to vacation, the day when you are going to do it, it's quite risky.
Yeah.
And your family, even your friends, vandals can use that information to make to see, yes, to make crimes or to commit crimes.
Commit crimes.
Yes, to commit crimes. So
Yeah, we remember we have
I
crime, cyber crime. We talk about that too. So it's very risky. It's very risky, and
Sure.
you should know what to post on Facebook or any other social media. Remember, this social media is just for fun.
Teacher, do you remember when was too many cases about virtual hijacking
Yes, yes.
and all the extortions and all that things? I was so scared, and I put too many privacy on my Facebook profile.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Privacy. Because especially with girls or guys or little guys, if they share some information and then you have seen those shows about they meet another kid, but then it's not a kid, it's an adult. It's a child molester. You know what I mean? Child molester. They agree to have a date or something, but it's kind of dangerous. So you need to pay attention if you have kids or if you have family, cousins, nephews, etc. Any other opinion about this topic?
Teacher, I think the new app is really dangerous for our kids is TikTok because I see a lot of kids and they are dancing and something like that, and their parents don't see that. So I think it's dangerous. TikTok especially.
Yes, yes, it is. Well, the other day I see one of my neighbors has a little girl. She know how to use TikTok and she dances like all these naughty girls, you know, like dancing and moving their booty, like perreando. And she's like 4 years old, 5. I said, well, you don't know how to speak English, but you know how to perrear. That's not okay. I said, how do you learn? Oh, watching TikTok. I mean,
Yes, teacher, but
Yes,
the
that's true.
kids learn watching because they are in contact, you know, with tablets and computers and everything, so they can see anything. So that's not okay. So we must be careful, but with our kids nowadays, it's kind of dangerous what they see, what they do. Remember, little kids learn by watching, imitating, right? Sometimes they don't know if it's bad or good. So they just want to have fun. But we have to pay attention on that. Excellent. Okay. Your right to privacy. Do you understand this? We have seen both concepts. Your right. Let me move this over here. We have talked about your right to privacy. You're entitled. Remember, this word has appeared many times. It's a verb. Entitled or entitlement. Entitled is that you have the rights. Like as a Mexican, I am entitled to receive help from the government. Ish is an idea. I am entitled to have a job. Depends. Okay, what kind of privacy issues do people worry about? Make a list. Do you worry about them? Give me your opinions, please. What kind of privacy issues do people worry about? What do you think, guys? Gabi, let me ask one by one. Private.
Probably with the credit cards.
Maybe with the cards, yes.
With the address and with the GPS, with the ubication.
Yes. Any other ideas? When I say privacy issues, it comes to my mind credit card fraud. That's very common here in Mexico. Credit card fraud. They use your number, right? They clone your card. What other example do you have?
identity theft.
Yes, identity. Theft.
Identity theft.
Okay, excellent. Any other ideas about privacy issues? What do you worry about privacy issues? This is personal. Each one. Who did? Give me one, couple ideas. Privacy issues that you worry about. Everybody here in
Well,
Mexico
yes, teacher.
a risk, you know,
Yes.
for identity theft, credit card fraud. What other things? Come on, give me more ideas.
Bank count, teacher?
Yes, that's fraud. When they steal your information, right? Okay. Any other
Bad
opinion?
use of our information.
Yes, that's the same identity theft. They use your ID or your INE. ID or INE. Well, they pretend to be you, right? With your name, your address. You know, in your INE, you have a number on the back. Yes? That number is there's only one in the whole country, Mexico. So it's like the social security in the United States. So you must be very careful with your INE. It's not just any ID. Okay. But let's see more about this. Let's see more about this and read a little bit more in this article. First, Felix, can you help me to read this, please? The reading tip
Yes, teacher.
in the corner.
Reading tip. Articles sometimes describe the background to a problem and then list a set of problems and possible solutions.
Yes, both. They say the problems and possible solutions. So they have to start with the background. Okay, Sue, can you help me to read letter B, please?
Yes. Read the article. What types of information does it mention? Which of the ideas you discussed about does it include?
Yes, excellent. So you have two questions. What type of information does it mention? That's one. So that's general. Remember we talked last time about skimming. To have a general idea about the topic. So a tip, you can skim just reading the first couple sentences in each paragraph. That's one tip. The other one is interfering. Attitude about you, your opinion. Which of the ideas you discuss, what we just talked about, does it include? Okay, let's read. Okay, it's a long article, so remember, you can read just the beginning. You don't have to read. In reading comprehension, you don't read everything, remember. It's different. We have different techniques or tips when you read for comprehension. So usually you read the first part of each paragraph, and then you have a general idea of the topic. Okay, let's do it. Check the information. What type of information does it mention? Sometimes you have to do it fast, especially on exams. Go ahead, please. 5 minutes. Okay. These are the tips to have a general idea of the topic. You can just read just the beginning of each paragraph. This, and you know the answer. Okay, the topic is talk about this, blah, 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 and the conclusion. So that's easy. That's what you usually do in certifications or exams, because you need some minutes. You have some minutes to finish, some minutes to read, and some minutes just to answer. So we're going to try to do it little by little so you can get better. Okay. In this case, we are having a long readings. Maybe in the last, we are going to try to do it at the end of the course. Give you a couple exercises for the TOEFL. It's gonna be fun. So you can test yourself how good you are with the language. Like we can practice some reading skills, some reading comprehension, some listening comprehension. So that would be good. Okay. Who wants to answer first the first questions?
One moment, teacher, please.
Yes. Okay, ready? Okay, I need a volunteer or some volunteers. So let's see your answers, please. What type of information does it mention? Aniela, please.
The article is about our smartphones, which know all about our lives, routines, tastes, financial information, contacts, calls, messages. Well, anyway, we have all our information in these devices. We need to be more careful about our information and where we connect where we connect our smartphones in Wi-Fi. And I think it's all of them.
Yes. Yes, that's the idea about smartphones, right? Because a smartphone is something electronic. Remember, everything what you use, if it's computers, tablets, phones, it can be traced. It can be, the information can be saved. And we have hackers, yes, bad people who wants to misuse that information. Anybody wants to share an opinion, Jasmine?
Teacher, I understand that it's very important to keep our personal information safe, because with this kind of cell phone, we have a risk that the other persons, um, they can steal our pictures, or maybe they can know about our locations, and it's dangerous.
Yes.
But we need to be very smart when we are going to get some app
Okay, good.
applications, some applications, teacher.
We call them app. Yeah.
It's dangerous,
Good.
and we need to have our password protection.
Yeah, you must be careful with those passwords.
Password, yes.
Not to forget those passwords. You must be careful. Try not to forget them, like my sister.
Don't forget,
Oh,
yes,
I
it's very
forgot.
important.
Felix, do you have any opinion about this, Felix? About the reading.
No, teacher.
No?
Well,
Why not?
the cell phones have a lot of privacy. Uh, how do you say sobre?
Sobre?
Sobre nosotros. We
About.
about we have.
About. Yeah, but remember, in this case, we are talking about the article. What do you understand about the article?
The article.
Yes. What do you
Well,
mean?
the smartphones or cell phones device providers typical safe information about who you call, no? Is easily use the cell phones. Easy use the cell phones. So the people have a uh, the people have a calculation of her cell phone.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to say something about the article? Please, Gabby.
Here we have three different situations with the uses about cell phones, but in the three we are on a disadvantage because all our information doesn't be really doesn't be safe because all in many applications we need to share our information, and that applications have another applications who can share our information, and we are really in a disadvantage in when we use a cell phone. It doesn't matter if we take our if we take some how can I say precauciones.
Give precautions.
Yes, we really are on a trouble with the cell phone.
Yeah, you as you said, everything is connected. I mean, you put your information. Maybe you wanna buy something online. Okay, I have Victoria's Secrets. I wanna buy that pair of something. Depending on the website, when it's if the website is safe, okay, go ahead. But remember, you are putting your personal information, your credit card, etc. So you have to be careful with that. When you share information, remember it's a cell phone, it's an iPhone, or whatever. Okay, any other opinions? So we can move on to the next exercise. This is a very important topic, as all of the topics we have seen so far, because that's what we do every day, right? Computers, tablets, cell phones, I don't know, many things. All right. Any new words here in the article for vocabulary purposes? Guys, remember to underline or highlight the words that you don't know. No?
Yes, teacher, gathering.
To put together, to put together. Gathering, together, yes.
Okay. Is this the meaning?
Yeah, together.
Okay, thank you.
Outsmart.
Outsmart, that you have to be smarter than the other. Like I'm gonna let's say computers are smart, but you have to be smarter than the computer. That's outsmart. Any other one?
Teacher, gathering is like a meeting?
Gathering is like a meeting depending how you use it. Like when you have a gathering with your family, you are together, right?
Yeah.
In a meeting, but it's not a meeting, it's not called meeting, it's a gathering.
Okay, thank you.
Gathering with your friends, you need to gather paperwork, like put it together. But it comes from
Okay,
the
thank you.
to gather, okay? To gather, not together, to gather, it's different. All right, let's solve these questions, please. It's about the reading. Okay, Sue, can you help me to read number 1? If you don't mind, please. Well, first, read the instructions, and then read the example.
Okay. Read expression in the article to complete these sentences. You usually need to type in a password in order to access your email.
Yes, access is on the article too. Let's see, number 2. Gabi?
2. The risk of smartphones are often
You need to find it in the article. The risks of smartphones are often
I don't find.
Underestimated, teacher? No.
pay attention to the questions. The risks of smartphones are often underestimated, you said?
Yes.
Where do you find it?
In the first paragraph, yeah, line 6.
Yes.
Yes, or here.
However, the risk can be
Can be
underestimated.
underestimated.
Excellent, good job.
Yes.
Más coffee right now? Like oil.
Be underestimated. Underestimated. Number 3. Daniela, please. Tina, you there? You have the answer for number 3. Just raise your hands or say. It's worrisome to collect private information without your permission. You should be
Allow.
you should be. Remember, you find this the second question you find it here, right? So you must
Yes.
find the other one right after that. Do you see here? Can you see this word, this verb?
Concern.
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 Concern. You should
Concern.
be concerned.
Okay.
Number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, please. I give you 5 minutes.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. The word finish first says, I finished, or just raise your hand. We're doing some scanning, looking for a specific information. Okay. Ready? Almost ready? More time?
I finished, but
Okay, whatever you have so far, Sue. You have number 4?
provider.
Provider. Like Telmex is my internet provider. AT&T is my cell phone provider. That's the name we use. Provider. Good. Number 5. Who has number 5? Volunteers, please. Number 5.
Share.
Number
In that part, I wrote opt out.
opt out.
Yes.
Okay.
Opt out. Remember, everything is in the article, okay? We are scanning the article and this is right here. Opt out. You opt out something. Okay, let's continue. Next.
Number 6.
On the next one, I have many options. Save, gather,
No.
or collecting. They collect,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
remember you have
They
opt.
gather, they save, they collect, and
Wrote keep track.
Keep track, remember, because you have off. They keep track
okay.
of your location. Keep track, excellent. You have to analyze the sentence. They keep track. Means where you have been, how many times, etc. Okay, number 7. Let's see. One more. Felix, do you have number 7?
I have number 8, teacher.
Number 7.
For number 7, I have malware.
Malware.
Illegal malware.
Illegal. That should be here. After here, you see. Last question was here, right? Keep track. Keep reading. Malware. Third, think twice before you use the Wi-Fi in a coffee house, as there's always a chance that someone will use illegal malware to spy on your private data. Please search your bank account details. To avoid getting hacked, they use public Wi-Fi access sensitive personal information. For those who use Wi-Fi in Starbucks or something, so that's not very advisable. Yes, excellent. Numbers 8, Felix.
Yes. If you use Wi-Fi in a coffee house, your computer could get hacked by a criminal.
Yes. Hack. No hack it.
Hack.
Hacked. Okay, number 9, last one.
Outsmart?
Yeah, we were talking about this word, outsmart. You have to be smarter than your phone. You have to be more intelligent than your phone. Be smarter than your phone is. Excellent. Remember, we are doing at the beginning, when I asked you about a general questions on the topic, we were skimming. Now, when you are looking for specific answers, you are planning. Yes? Those are the two soft skills when you have reading comprehension. Good, excellent job, everybody. Just try, please, to step up to the front and to participate. Because I take in considerations in participation too. That's very important. Okay, the next exercise. Let's do it in pair, please. We have six questions. Let's help each other, please. You need to scan again. Why are there so few laws against the invasion of privacy? So you need to scan the document again. Try to answer as much as possible, please. So you're 6 now. Let's do it in team, please. Hold on, you're 5. Who else is missing here? Oh no, you're 6. Help each other, please. The breakout room, please. Okay, guys, how was the exercise? Did you finish?
Yes, true.
You're finished? Excellent. Well,
Yes, teacher.
before we end the class, we finish the class, we have 8 more minutes. I want you to talk about the assignment. Remember, for the assignment for this lesson is to write. A writing, of course, a writing assignment. So, this is what you have to do. You need to use the help note here. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Hold on. Here you have the help note before we read this. Okay. Sue, can you help me please with this? Just read the help note.
Okay. Yes. Giving reasons. You can use because, since, and as to give reasons. You can use because in all cases. I found this article very relevant because it gives you since only to give reasons the reader already knows or can guess. We need more laws to protect our privacy since everyone now has a smartphone. As is more formal. I also found it worrisome as it seems there aren't enough laws.
Excellent. Good. Thank you. All right. Let's ask. Mr. Felix, can you read the first paragraph, please, here?
Okay. Worried about the smartphone privacy. I found this article very relevant because it gives helpful suggestions for protecting personal information. I also found it worrisome as it said there aren't enough laws against the invasion of privacy.
Privacy. Privacy.
Privacy.
Excellent. Okay, it would be, you have to write something very similar to this. So you need to use all these connectors to give reasons. You can use because, since, pay attention to the definition of each one. Because is the only one that you can use in all cases. But the point is to use since and as. Yasmin, can you read the second part, please? Second paragraph.
Yes, teacher. It's, I haven't had any problem with my smartphone because I am very careful about how I use it. A friend of mine, however, received a lot of annoying spam because she downloaded an app for shopping discounts. Another friend got hacked when he used the Wi-Fi in a coffee house to check his bank account.
Okay, good. This is app, downloaded an app, an app,
An app.
no app,
Okay.
because that's a word.
An app.
An app,
Okay.
All right, try to pay attention on those words that maybe you don't know, okay? Let's see who did. Can you help me reading the last part, please?
Yes, teacher. We need more laws to protect our privacy since everyone now has a smartphone. A commission of experts should be created to propose new laws, and the laws should be passed quickly. Also, service providers should be required to give users clear instructions on how to protect their personal information as it's difficult to know how to do this.
Yes, we are having a proposal here, right? An idea how to solve this. So you have 3 paragraphs. Remember the introduction. Then you develop the problem, and you talk about the problem, and you have a proposal. Use the notes you took in exercise A to write a comment on the article on page 50, the last one. Give reasons for your comments. So this is what you have to do for next class, okay? You need to write something. Last time I told you to write an assignment, to have a writing assignment. I think it was just a couple people. So it's not okay if I tell you have this assignment and you don't have time or you forget or whatever, okay? You shouldn't find an excuse. It's for your own good to have this skill, the writing skill. So we can check details, we can check mistakes, you know, as well as speaking, that is one of your skills. Listening, reading, writing is also very important. So try to pay attention on this, please. For next class, I want you to share with me this writing assignment. Pay attention on the help note and write something about your smartphone. It could be your smartphone, your tablet, or whatever. That would be your assignment, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, last question before we go. What do you think of the article? Do you find the information relevant and helpful? What do you think?
I think all the article, it was really interesting and I know new things now.
Yes. Okay, number 2, are you concerned about all the personal information that is collected with smartphones? Concern, remember concern is worry. What do you
Yes,
think?
I am,
Okay.
because it's a good thing that providers use our information to make better their services. But you don't know what kind of information are taking of you,
Yes.
or you want to keep some things private, but sometimes it couldn't be possible because you don't know, sorry, how to keep your privacy in some apps, and it's a little bit complicated thing. So that's why I'm concerned.
It's also very important, like to have a class or something, right? How to use your phone and how to set your privacy. Because as I said before, nobody tells you how to use it. You use your phone and start sharing information, blah, 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 blah. And you don't pay attention on that issue.
Yes, and sometimes you don't know how to use in a right way your cell phone. So maybe you can give all your information and you doesn't know that it's happened.
Yeah, some people are not aware. You can say, okay, this is my information, kidnapping, sequestrement, steal my money or whatever. You give the hackers all the information in their hands. So it's not okay. So we must be careful. All right, we are almost done. Last question. Have you ever had a problem because personal information was shared by a service provider or app? Remember we were talking about telemarketers yesterday or some other day? Yes?
No, I haven't
No.
because I'm too
No, I
carefully,
haven't.
but I think it could happen once.
Yeah. Like issues about identity theft. Well, sometimes they share your number, your phone number. That's why some people start calling you, like those telemarketers. So you say, well, how did they get my number? Well, sometimes comes from the bank, sometimes from your provider, etc. All right, number 4. Do you know anyone who has gotten hacked by a criminal with malware? Try to understand the question. Do you know anyone who has gotten hacked by a criminal with malware?
Yes, I do. One friend constantly their Facebook account uh, is getting hacked,
Oh,
and
yeah, it's usual.
recently she needs to contact with Conducef and the police to make something about it.
Yeah, well, we have to be very careful, especially with Facebook. We all know Facebook. Well, at least that's what I have, Facebook. I don't use any other social media, maybe WhatsApp, or I don't use Telegram or Instagram or any of those. I don't have time to do that. You know, sometimes they say you don't have a social life or you are too introvert just to be watching everybody doing stuff. And that's true. Live your own life. Don't live the life of others.
Teacher, one of my uncles was he was having a CC fraud. Somebody was buying at 3 a.m. with his credit card.
Oh, well, that happened to me once. Somebody was hacked my credit card in Mexico City, and I was here in Acapulco. So what? And they were shopping online. I said, what? That's not me. But you have to call the bank and and give some explanation.
Yeah.
Because that's usual when they have your credit cards. Anyway, number 5, and we're done. What should be done about the invasion of privacy through smartphones? Give me some ideas, please. What should be done? Laws, regulations, Judith? You're quiet, Judith. Or Gabi, you open your
Teacher,
mic. Yes.
we're supposed to read the privacy statement of all the apps that we have in our cell phones.
Yeah.
That's for our part, because somebody laws are having some attention about this kind of situations, but we really need more changes in with the lawmakers.
Yes. We don't pay attention on those little letters, right? Because they are tiny and say, oh, I don't want to, we are lazy. I don't want to read that.
Or when we are on a website, we need to say, yes, I accept, or no to cookies.
You accept it, but you don't read it. That's true. So that's in all the contracts. Remember when you have contracts, like the old contracts, you have to read everything before you sign. When you are going to get married, read every clause in the contract, because a marriage is a contract. It's a legal contract, right? So you have to read everything. In case you get a separation, in case you get a divorce or whatever, so you don't want to get into troubles in the future. It's the same case with cell phones, with smartphones, etc. Anyway, we are done for today. Any questions or comments?
No, teacher.
No, okay. Just remember, please, tomorrow it's Thursday. Send me your assignment, your writing assignment today or tomorrow morning. We will continue with Unit 6. We start Unit 6 tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much,
You
guys.
too, teacher. Thank
Take
you.
care.
See you
Thank you,
guys.
teacher.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.